through the trees. Before they could scream, before they could move, it reached into the tent and plucked Ida Mae off the ground with one arm. Then, moving unnaturally fast, it ran on 3 legs, clutching the toddler to its chest. The children screamed. Their shrieks split the sky, bringing their parents and half the camp running. But by the time anyone reached the tent, Ida Mae was gone. The forest swallowed her whole. The impossible rescue. For 2 days, the camp was consumed by grief. Search parties scoured the land, calling her name, expecting to find only a body. Then on the morning of the 3rd day, they found her. She was sitting inside a strange structure, nestled deep in the woods. It was a crude den, branches and leaves woven together into a tight, protective shell, a place of shelter. And inside it, Ida Mae sat unharmed. She was warm, fed, clean, not a scratch on her. When they pulled her into their arms, sobbing with relief, they asked her the only question that mattered. "How did you survive?" The 2-year-old gave a toothless little grin. "Mr. Bear took care of me." Her parents stared in disbelief. "Mr. Bear?" Ida Mae nodded. "Mr. Bear held me. He gave me berries. He made me a bed." There were no bears in the area, and even if there had been, bears do not build shelters. Bears do not carry human children gently in their arms. And bears do not bring them food. But Ida Mae was alive, and whatever Mr. Bear was, it had cared for her. Her parents left that camp and never returned. A pattern in the darkness, 2 children. 2 different centuries, 2 similar stories. A being that was not quite human, but not quite animal. A being that did not kill. A being that chose to protect. But the question remains, why? Were these creatures guardians of the forest, watching over those who wandered too far? Or were they something else entirely, something that needed these children for reasons we will never understand? Because if they can take a child once, they can take them again. The missing 4111 phenomenon. Vanished without a trace. The great wilderness of North America is a vast, untamed expanse. Millions of acres of dense forests, jagged mountain ranges, and deep, unexplored caves. People go missing here all the time. Some fall victim to the brutal forces of nature, wild animals, treacherous terrain, or hypothermia. Others succumb to human predators, their fates lost in the dark underbelly of unsolved crimes. But then, there are the others, the ones who disappear under circumstances so bizarre, so inexplicable, that not even the most seasoned investigators can offer an answer. Victims who vanish within seconds, in places where no one could have possibly taken them. Bodies that are found miles away, impossibly far from where they were last seen, in places they could have never reached on their own. Or worse, those who are never found at all. This is the work of David Paulides, a former police detective who has spent over a decade researching these baffling disappearances in national parks and remote wilderness areas. His Missing 411 series has cataloged thousands of these cases, each more unsettling than the last. And the deeper you look, the more disturbing the patterns become, because something strange is happening in the wild, and no one knows what it is. The patterns that shouldn't exist. Paulides has poured over tens of thousands of hours of research, combing through case files, police reports, and witness statements. At first, it seemed like just a collection of isolated incidents, people getting lost, accidents happening. But then the patterns emerged, the impossible distances. Many of the missing, often young children or experienced outdoorsmen, are found miles away from where they disappeared. These aren't simple cases of getting lost. These are bodies appearing on mountain peaks, across vast rivers, or in places that would take days to reach. Yet they vanished only hours earlier. Some children, too small to walk far, are found climbing over jagged